Many were rendered homeless on the sister isles of Carriacou and Petite Martinique after the passage of Hurricane Beryl, forcing residents to grapple with the reality of starting all over. Some families have now moved out of shelters into tents that were donated to them, still trying to figure out the next move to recovery. They shared their hardship, explaining that their makeshift homes sometimes leak during heavy rains. Some have resorted to using tarpaulin as a barrier to create a more stable shelter.
Kind of maybe with how the wind blow, because you have a arch on the top of the tent, like you could just blow in the water, and, you know what I mean? We just had to cope with it because, water is the main thing. They may stop. I think I hear they stop giving water by now. Well, they stop the food program and everything like that. So we just it's the only water we have right now. Yeah, but for the food, we have food. They didn't tell me nothing about assisting me with my house or nothing like that. Nobody never really come to me. Struggling, fighting up.
In some cases, families of 5 and 6 are forced to share a single tent, with several of these temporary shelters caring for young babies in their cramped conditions. They told our news team that there is an urgent need for mattresses and housing materials to begin the rebuilding process.
Well, right now I need about 2 mattresses right now because them little boy and them sleeping on one for themselves and I need one for myself. I put in for a tent also, and I didn't get the tent for myself, so I could have set up by my place. I didn't get that neither. So that's why I really did jamming up, you know what I mean? Well, I go fish, I could do any ends of construction, anything. In the line of work, I refuse.
Residents living in the shelters are claiming that they no longer receive food or water as a form of aid from the National Disaster Management Agency, and that to survive, they have been doing whatever is necessary to make ends meet.
Well, they say no more food stuff that's really coming. Sometimes maybe now and then, I don't really know much. And the water, I don't know. But they say no more food stuff and things. So, whoever walk in, buy, like chicken and things, and we can cook, make little bakes and things. We have some more like flour and things, we have some inside it still. So we're trying to cope with whatever we have, try and make it. I never feel comfortable. I'm just trying to cope now and trying to go down and clean around it now because the government said they'll build a house, so waiting very tough. I need to go, get a place to go. Tough.
In response to the residents' claims, coordinator of the National Disaster Management Agency, Terence Walters, told the news desk, and I quote, "NADMA has not made any such decisions. The agency continues to provide the necessary aids to all residents within the shelters." Unquote. Many residents are also calling on the authorities for assistance so that they can attempt to make the situation as comfortable as possible, as the lack of proper shelter is making their recovery efforts even more difficult. Rena Thomas, GBN News.